some shocking information on SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, or sometimes referred to as EBT for the low income, as represented by the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And is Trump really going to be cutting these benefits? That's a good question and a major concern that I see out there, all of which will be covered here in this video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, now as of recently, have you been seeing it out there in the headlines? Trump is going to cut benefits for SNAP beneficiaries. Trump is going to end the SNAP benefit program. Well, more on that here in just a minute. I don't believe that's going to happen, and we'll talk through that more here in greater detail in just a couple minutes. But quickly, I want to share with you some information and some shocking statistics about this program and what they're looking at right now. But let's look at all the numbers really quickly, and I find this to be pretty fascinating. So this is actually from a couple months ago. Actually, the article is very recently here, but the statistics that I'm going to announce here in just a second are actually from August of 2024. So again, a few months ago, but my point is it's still pretty relevant as of now, as in these statistics, but just want to throw it there really quickly, okay? So as of then, 42.2 million people across the entire country were receiving these monthly benefits. It's a lot of people. It's a huge percentage of our population, by the way. They also found that the average benefit at that time was $190.75 per month, okay? It's not that much, but also it's not that bad. I mean, if it's a household of one person, realistically, they could, probably get by, maybe getting enough food off of that $190. I mean, it might be kind of tight, but, it actually helps. It definitely helps quite a bit there, right? They also found some interesting things as well. Here's what and again, I didn't know this about SNAP benefits, but I thought this was very, very interesting. But apparently SNAP spending accounts for 24% of food and grocery purchases. 24%? I didn't realize that, to be honest with you. That's a lot. So basically a quarter of all the money that is spent at grocery stores on food and things like that, a quarter of it, 24%, is from SNAP benefits. I had no idea. I didn't know that. That's a high number. In my opinion, I think that's kind of high, but that's just what they're saying, right? Now, they also found that as of that time as well, 86.5% of households were food secure. So that means that 13.5% of households across the entire country are food insecure. Like they have insecurities on food. In other words, they don't have enough food on the table, in the refrigerator, in the pantry, on a weekly, on a monthly basis. So 13.5% of households. In other words, that's it's a lot of households. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the number is right now at the moment, how many households are in this country. Again, that number is changing all the time, but that's in the millions. 13.5% of the households in this country, it's a lot of households. We're in the millions and millions of households, even with that number, that are food insecure, right? Now, at the same time, over $112 billion just in 1 year's time is how much is spent on the SNAP benefit program. So about $10 billion, give or take a little bit there, about $10 billion a month is how much goes out to these beneficiaries. It's a lot of money, right? But at the end of the day, let's just say this much. Do they spend $10 billion or more on other programs that a lot of us probably disagree with? I would say probably, right? Do they spend $10 billion or more a month on different things that the money could be much better spent, or they're sending money off to different places and all kinds of different things? Could they possibly shuffle that back to beneficiaries? Yeah, exactly. You get my point, right? I think we all probably agree that they're blowing money on all kinds of things that, maybe we don't totally agree with. But anyway, these are some of the statistics and, again, some of the numbers I wanted to share with you, okay? Now, next, let's just talk about the next administration here, okay? What's going to happen for 2025 and beyond? What's happening here? Well, first off, right now, to be 100% fair with you, I'm filming this video at the very end here of 2024. Guess what they still haven't done yet? The current lawmakers that are sitting there doing nothing, what have they not done yet over the last couple years here? The Farm Bill, remember this? This was supposed to be done by October 1st of last year, 2023. It was supposed to be done. They didn't do it. It was supposed to be done by October 1st of this year, 2024. They didn't do it. They're still just sitting there like a bunch of lumps on a log doing absolutely nothing. And now we're talking about this? This is nuts. They haven't even done their job. That's what they're there for, is to do this stuff, and they haven't even done it. And now, what are they doing? I mean, they're not working much these days. They're not working much because now, between now and the end of the year, they're basically gone a whole bunch on vacation because it's holidays and got to go home, blah, right? So that's what they're doing. They're sitting at home doing whatever, probably watching football or something, rather than working, representing the people that would elected them to be there in the first place. I don't know. It sounds nuts to me, but that's what they're doing, okay? Okay, so anyway, long story short here, what is Trump going to do going forward with the SNAP benefit program, okay? I'm going to be 100% fair with you. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows what's going to happen here. But I'm going to say this. There's a lot of headlines. I see the headlines all the time. Probably a handful of headlines a week that I see coming out. Oh, Trump's going to dismantle the SNAP program. No, he's not. Highly, highly doubt it. No way is he going to do that, okay? Here's the thing. I'm going to be 100% fair with you. I'm going to be totally transparent with my opinion on this. I could be 100% wrong about this, but I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think they do anything to SNAP. Why? They have other priorities they're going to work on. They have so many other plans. They have so many other priorities and projects that they're going to work on. I don't think they're going to touch SNAP. I'm just being fair with you. It's definitely not going to be in the top priority, at least for the first 2 years or so. I'm just going to say that much, okay? For at least that long, I don't think they touch anything to do with SNAP, at least in a negative stance. All I'm saying is that that's my opinion. I could be totally wrong about that. My point is they've got so many other big plans, so many other things that they want to do. I don't think they're going to come forward and be like, let's cut SNAP by 20 billion or whatever. I don't know. I just don't foresee them doing that. Reason being, it's not big enough. It's not a big enough fish to go after, right? I mean, what they want to do is they're going after the big stuff, okay? SNAP benefits, don't get me wrong, $112 billion a year. According to the article that I shared with you, it's a lot of money. It's a huge amount of money to you and me. They're going for trillions of dollars, okay? They're not going to go after this. And what's it really going to do? Is it going to reduce benefits by $20 a month per beneficiary or something? I mean, it's not something that they're going to do. I highly doubt that they're going to go after it, but there's always the headlines, there's always the articles, there's always things like this. And again, I could be saying the exact same thing about any candidate, any presidential elect. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The name doesn't have anything to do with it. All I'm saying is that I don't care who the person would be as far as president-elect or the lawmakers, things like that. I just don't think they're going to go after the SNAP benefit program. These people know. I mean, they're smart enough to know, right? Here's the thing. They're pretty intelligent people. They know. They act like they don't know anything, which, sometimes we question, like, do they really know anything? Right? Sometimes we fall for it and we're like, yeah, they don't know anything. But really, they're actually pretty smart. They know what they're doing. They're very careful with what they say and what they do and what they talk about, things like that. They're very careful about that stuff because they have to be. Every word that they say is highly scrutinized, right? We know this. But my point is, I'm just not going to worry about SNAP, okay? I would not worry about that as a beneficiary. Just like the reports that you see out there that say, oh, they're going to cut and reduce and eliminate Social Security and SSI and SSDI. Again, not happening. There's just no way. They recognize how pivotally important these programs are. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton of programs out there that they want to reduce dramatically or completely eliminate, right? That's the whole thing about the DOGE, right? Have you heard of that? Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, or Doge, like Dogecoin, right? I know. How funny is that? But anyway, by the way, this is not advice in any way, shape, or form, okay? So don't go out and be looking at Dogecoin, stuff like that. I mean, you can if you want, but just do what you got to do there. But I'm not endorsing anything here. But my point is, okay, there's a lot of departments out there. In fact, have you seen my video out? It was probably, I don't know, it was a long time ago, probably a year ago now. I made a video talking about this. I thought this was very fascinating. There's over 100 different government programs right now that help the low income, the fixed income, the financially unstable, whatever, the people that need additional money and resources. There's over 100 government programs out there. It's nuts. In fact, in the video, again, it was about a year ago. I have no idea what the title of that video is. It's a long time ago. But in that video, I talked about it. They've talked about completely eliminating, again, not right now, they haven't talked about this, but previously in the past, they've talked about it, completely eliminating all the government programs, getting rid of all of the government programs that help the low income and replacing it with one simple program. Do you know what that would do? Hand out cash payments. That's it. Get rid of all the programs, the SNAPs, the WIC, the TANF, the whatever, the commodity supplemental food program, all the programs, the LIHEAP, the WAP, the LIHWAP, the ACP. Again, all the programs that I've talked about so many times before. The list goes on and on, by the way. There's a huge list of them. But they basically said, hey, let's just get rid of all of these programs and let's just replace it with one simple program. And all it does, sends out a monthly stipend to the low income, fixed income every month. What I mean by that is literally a monthly payment to the people, rather than some program that has a million rules within it saying you got to do this and you can't do that and you got to wake up at this time, you got to go to bed at this time, you can only eat 3 meals a day, you got to eat this kind of food, you can only take 17 breaths an hour, you know what I'm saying? You can only drink 4 glasses of water a day. I'm being very sarcastic right now, but you get my point. Very micromanaging. But what they want to do is completely eliminate all that and basically just say, hey, if you're eligible, we'll send you a little cash payment. That's it. Just enjoy. You know what you need to do best for your situation. Here's a little cash. Just go for it. Just go do what you got to do. To me, that sounds like efficiency. I mean, here's the thing. Do you want some program that is riddled with rules and stipulations and eligibility requirements and do this and that and don't do that and all these other things? Or do you just want a little cash payment that says, here, you know what's best for you, just take this money and just go and buy yourself whatever you need, whether it's food or shelter or clothing, or maybe save it for a different day. That's cool too, whatever. So anyway, in my opinion, that sounds like efficiency. But who knows what they'll do going forward. My point is, don't worry about SNAP. They're not going to take SNAP away. I highly doubt that. I don't think that's the program they're looking at because it's too big. It's too big of a program. That's what I'm saying. It serves too many people. Just like Social Security and all those, I wouldn't worry about it. Why? It serves way too many people. It's way too big. It's way too influential, right? That's why. However, some of these other little programs out there that serve a very small percentage of our population, and they're kind of just like burdensome, cumbersome to manage every year and to administer. Those are the ones that I'd be concerned about. But let's just see what DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, has up their sleeve here, right? Anyway, I'll keep you posted on all this. I know a lot of weird stuff here, and again, I apologize. I kind of digressed here a little bit in this video, but you get my point behind all this, right? I hope you do anyway. And trust me, I'm not like a total crazy fool. I mean, kind of, but like I'm pretty level-headed most of the time. But you get my point here, even though it makes me sound like I'm totally off the wall in this video. But you get my point, right? I hope so anyway, with what's going on. Anyway, when you dig into this stuff and you do research on this stuff literally every single day, it's interesting what is being said. It's interesting what you read out there. I read all of it, and I just want to know what's going on. Anyway, I'm here to represent you. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can. Thank you so much for being part of the community. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Again, happy holidays. Hope you're doing well, right? Can't believe where we are right now in time of year. Weird, right? Anyway, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. 100% free. As always, I love free stuff. It's my favorite price in the whole world, right? Free. Love it. Just has a good little rhyme. Just a really nice, it just flows. Free. Wow, it just sounds so good to me. Anyway, please subscribe down below. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Feel free to share this video. There's a share button down below. If you can think of 1 or 2 people that benefit from this information or any other videos here on the channel, please feel free to share this video with them again, or any other videos here on the channel. Also, check out the other popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Please, just to have a nice day, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later.